everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my September wrap-up. So, September was a good read month, but I was still a bit stressed, but I still have read a lot of books. I've read 10 books because I've read one of the books that I've read was on audiobook and I rented from my library, and yeah, let's just get to the books that I've read in September. The first book that I've read in September is Witchy by Ariel Rice. This is a graphic novel that tells a story where witches get their Witchy is about a world where witches have like certain levels of powers based on the length of their hair, and if it gets too long they end up executed. And I really enjoy this. I really love the world. I also love the artwork in this graphic novel, and I can't wait to read more of these because I've been wanting to read more graphic novels lately. And yeah, and I give this 5 out of 5 stars. So the next book that I've read in September is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. This is technically was the book that I was supposed to read in August, but I was still in the middle of reading it in August, and I ended up finishing in August, the same as the next 2 books I'll be talking about, and I really enjoy this. I enjoyed it, a good mystery, especially from Sherlock Holmes, and I've seen a lot of adaptations of Sherlock Holmes before I read this, but I still really enjoyed it, and it's becoming one of my favorite classics, and of course I give this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I've read in September is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is about a girl who's lives in a magical library, and then one of the magic books was missing, and then she teams up with a guy who is her enemy. I really enjoy this. I found the pacing a bit slow in certain parts, but I still really enjoyed the story. I mean, I've read An Enchantment of Ravens by her, and I also had a slower time reading it, but I did really enjoy the story as much as the her other book, and I give this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I've read in September is The School of Good and Evil by Shinani. I will get the pronunciation correct. I think that's a correct pronunciation. I'll look it up later. But this is about 2 girls who are best friends. One is supposed to be in the good, and the other one is supposed to be the evil. But when they attended the School of Good and Evil, their places had been switched. So Sophie, who's the good girl, ends up with the evil, and of course Agatha is vice versa. And I love this book. I love the characters, and I really like how there's like a school for fairy tale characters. So that's what I really love about this book, and I definitely want to continue on with the series because I want to know what happened, especially when this book ended on a cliffhanger, and it's a really good middle grade story, and I'm so glad that I picked this up, and of course I give this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read in September is School of Good and Evil by James Riley, which is about a boy who loves to read, but he notices that one of his classmates entered in the book, and the whole adventure starts from there. And of course I love this book as well. This is another middle grade that I just read last month, and I definitely want to continue on with the series because I love the characters and I love the concept of the books, and or the book I should say, and I'm just glad that I picked it up, even though I mostly bought it because of the title and the cover. And I do recommend people, if you are looking for a book about a book kind of story, I highly recommend Story Thieves, and of course this is another 5-star read for me. The next book that I've read in September is Unhooked by Lisa Maxwell, which is a Peter Pan retelling where Gwen, the main character, gets kidnapped and sent to Neverland along with her best friend, and she has to choose whether she sides with Peter Pan or Captain Hook. And I unfortunately did not enjoy this. I just feel like some of the places, some parts of the book were just a bit iffy, and plus I do not like the romance in here either. And I did like, I really enjoyed the Peter Pan retelling aspects of it, but I really wish I really enjoyed this. But I do want to read the other books, which is the Last Magician series, so I do want to give that one a try, and I'm so sad that I really didn't enjoy this, so I give this 3 out of 5 stars. Like I said, it was okay. It's just, this was one of the ones that, Peter Pan retellings that I did not enjoy. Next book that I've read in September is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan, which is a world where, 8 girls get selected to be, the king's, servants every year, and apparently there was one girl was selected as the 9th, and that's, the whole story goes from there. I really enjoyed this book. I really like the characters. I really like the world. I just feel like I said, by my fear of tall books, it took me longer than I thought, but I did really enjoy this, and I really want to see where the story goes by reading the sequel, so, and I give this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I've read in September is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which is about a woman who just got out of college and moved into Boston to start her floral business, and she runs into a really good-looking doctor, but he doesn't want a serious relationship, and the whole story goes from there. I really enjoyed this book, and I'm just so glad, like, the one thing about romances for me, I don't like a lot of smutty scenes, like sex scenes, and I just, those are not for me. I just rather, I do, like, I don't like them when they're so graphic, but with this one, there was only, like, one graphic sex scene that I'm sorry, I just don't like romances that have, really graphic, sex scenes. This is so awkward for me to say, talk about this. I've listened to this on audiobook, which makes it more awkward. If I read this physically, I don't know how I would feel, but I did enjoy it, and of course, I do want to read other, Colleen Hoover books. It's just, I feel like I just need more time, with them. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I did enjoy it. I do think, if you try a Colleen Hoover book, I suggest not try this one, just because there's, some scenes that talk about abuse and all that, and if you, are, like, really concerned about that, or, think that it'll be, too much for you, I would say just try another Colleen Hoover book. But, like, for me, I did enjoy it. It's just, there are certain things that I just did not like, but I give this, I'm not sure how I rate this, either 4 stars or 3.5. I'm still trying to figure out my rating. I do, like I said, I enjoy it. It's just, I'm not sure what my rating is. It's between 3.5 or 4 stars. The next book that I've read in September is Norway by Kat Seaton, which is a graphic novel that's based around Scottish mythology, and of course this was a reread for me because I just wanted to reread this so badly, because Volume 2 it just came out, and I just really love the artwork, and I love the characters, and I can't wait to read Volume 2 when I get to it. So yeah, and of course this is still 5 stars for me. And the last book that I've read in September is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. This is one of the classic science fiction books, even though nowadays it's actually fact. But this is about a man who travels in a submarine with Captain Nemo, obviously, and I actually saw the movie that Disney made before I've read this, and of course I enjoy it. Plus, I've been wanting to read more classics lately, and Jules Verne is one of the authors that I wanted to read from, and this was my first one, and of course I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read more Jules Verne's books, and I give this 5 out of 5 stars. So that's all for my September wrap-up. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and comment down below what you've read in September. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so that you know whenever I post new videos. And you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!